What would you do if I told you that there's not a hope in hell in the hills of hell? That anything is what we once thought it to be, but what would you do if you knew that? Yeah, sick things. What would you do, bud? Well, I'm going to tell you something. We are going to say our goodbyes and our condolences and send them off because we can say goodbye to our dream of having a loving wife and family. Because today, women are not living for us, and they've made it very clear, my dearest friends. They've made it clear. And bro, it's as bad as even most men in marriages. Their women don't even love them like that, bro. They're there to benefit them. So when we men have a standard, and us men who don't have low IQs and we're smart, and they do say, the smarter and more attractive you are as a man, the harder it's going to be to find a girlfriend to then a wife one day. It's harder. It doesn't get easier. You might think self-improvement. You might think I'm going to get better. You might think these things. And maybe we even once believed that to be true. It's not true. It gets harder. And when you get harder as a man, it becomes harder. So what would you do if I told you that it ain't getting better? And we might as well pack our bags and say goodbye to the dream of having a family and a loving wife. Because chances are, for a lot of us, bro, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Could we have a wife? Maybe. Could we have a family? Maybe. Is it going to be what you thought it was going to be in your head? Probably not. Hence why a lot of us are not going to have those things. Because are you going to settle for less? I know there's good women out there, bro. I've talked to them, and usually the good ones are taken. That's the thing. So there's not enough to go around, just like there's not enough high value, quote unquote, men to go around that a lot of these women want and have the standard of heaven. It is what it is. And let's say you're a high value dude. Let's say there's a high value female. There's going to be so little of you around that it's going to be hard to come by. Every now and then you do. But even if you do, even if you get an option, well, there's other variables now. So do those variables take its place? Is the timing on point? Are they wanting that right now? Bro, I know women as well that are good women. They're just not in the position right now to pursue those things. They want to live their life. They want to do all this stuff. So it's so incredibly hard today because you have to get a woman who is your type, who is ready for all this stuff to take its place. And bro, like, there might come a point where you're not ready, and she is, but then she's not ready and you are. So it's like, I can't tell you guys myself the amount of bad luck I've had with timing. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, bro, it's as easy and being with someone, not that it's easy, but it's as easy, if it does happen, as being in the right place at the right time. Let's say you use dating apps. Let's say you're talking to this girl, but you're talking to others. Let's say you're dating others, and then there's this girl. Let's say you decide to go out with somebody else. You guys decided not to date this week. She dates somebody else. You date somebody else. Let's say that date works out for her. It doesn't work out for you. And now it's like, oh, you're trying to date this girl now. But now she's in the process with somebody else. And she's gone. She's off the market. She's getting wifed. And you went for the wrong person. Or you had the wrong date and it just didn't line up. You zigged when you should have zagged. It's as crazy as this. Timing is everything. And I do believe, in all seriousness, that for some of us, things will happen and take its place, but for some of us, it won't. And it could happen for anybody. And it could not happen for anybody. It doesn't matter how attractive you are, bro. The ugliest people on the planet are with somebody. The most attractive people on the planet are with somebody. People in between are with somebody. And some of the ugliest people on the planet are with nobody. So people in the middle are with nobody. People on the very tippy top that are the most attractive are with nobody. It don't matter. We all line up with somebody. I don't understand why people think and feel that because you're not good enough, this isn't happening. Bro, we are all good enough as we are to be with somebody. And it does depend what you want because, yeah, if you require high standards in a woman, you're going to have to hold yourself to a very high standard in order to get this type of woman. But as we are, as we're born, we're all made for somebody without even, like, trying. Just from being who we are. So, for a lot of us, we're just going to be shit out of luck. And this is the point I'm going to get to here. So, I don't think in this society and in this generation, it serves us to have the dream and the mindset of, oh man, I want to settle down and I want to have a wife and I want to have a loving wife and a family, kids. I just want to have this stuff. Like, that's what I'm working towards. That's what I want. I don't believe that this is the right mentality anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not in your control. It's on God. It's not that you're against these things. It's not even that you don't want these things. You probably do want these things. Like every normal person wants things to be how they're supposed to be, but it's so incredibly hard today. So many people are damaged and traumatized today. So many people aren't ready today. So many people are just confused in life today. It's made it very hard. So why are we going to make goals outside of ourselves? We can want those things, but we shouldn't be sitting back and sitting around having the goal of making that happen because, bro, you can't make it happen by yourself. You can want the things, but there's nothing you can do to make it happen. Sure, you can put in effort, you can talk to girls, you can do all that stuff. You cannot do it for them. They're going to do what they're going to do. If you're talking to a girl and you feel you're really good for her, but she's also good for you and you guys like make a good match and she just stops talking, there's nothing you can do to convince her. What are you doing? Like, are you a little touched in the head? Like, why would you not respond? Why would we not meet each other? There's no reason for this nonsense. And trust me, you're going to get this a lot from women today. You could be a very attractive dude. You get a lot of options around. I can't tell you guys the amount of women today that's just going to stop talking out of nowhere. When everything was perfectly fine, women today just stop talking out of nowhere for no reason. And you might think it's batshit nuts. And to be honest, it is, but I'll tell you is what's going on. They have a ton of options. Not only do they have a ton of options, they have a life outside of dating. They have friends, they have family, they have hobbies, they have school, they have this, they have that. Like, women today are just not prioritizing men that much. To the point where hardly at all. And you guys want to know something? It almost takes them to the point of getting to the final seconds where they have a little bit of value left to finally just have a sense of urgency to actually want stability and a relationship and for that to work. So why should we as men, think about this now, why should we as men sit back having a goal and a dream of making this stuff happen when women's minds aren't even in it? I can't tell you guys the amount of men that just have the exact same mentality. Like, they know how bad it is. But then you get women saying things like, oh, all men want is sex. All men want is this. No men want to commit no more. It's a bunch of BS. It's you guys that aren't committing. Sure, there's some players. Sure, I'm sure we've all dealt with women where it was a one and done. We hung out, shit hit the fan, probably did stuff with them, and it's just over. And we didn't really respond to them. We didn't talk to them. But that's also because they probably showed us they're 304s. They're not to be taken seriously. And they should learn. You probably shouldn't, hit the ball out of the park if you're looking for something long term. So if women are going to give up, intimacy and they're going to give up sexual access, men aren't going to turn that down, especially if they're attractive. We're not going to turn that down. Plus, it shows who they are. And some women can also just show you that they're a little bit touched in the soul. They're a little crazy. Yeah, they're a little bit crazy. So you're not going to see them again. But we're not going to tell them that. Like, bro, the way we reject women, we're not going to tell them the truth of what we know. We're just going to curve them. I'm not going to go ahead and tell you that you're crazy. I'm not going to go ahead and tell you you're a 304. I ain't going to talk to you again. I ain't going to commit to you. We're not going to tell them that. We just know these things and we're just done. It's as simple as that. But if men can even meet a decent woman, bro, we're not going to take that for granted. We're not just going to treat her like a 304 or whatever. She's showing us that she's long-term material. She's hot. She's attractive. She's fun. We're not just going to let that go. No man is going to do that. We're gonna take that on, and we're gonna make something of that. So women that complain that all men want is this and that and this and that, which is sexual access and those things, and all men are players. No, you're a 304. I would almost guarantee it, or you're just insane in your head. You're a little touched. And he knows that. You gave up stuff, and that's where it is. Men that I know that are players that sleep with countless amounts of women, even ugly ones. These guys, when they go home at night and they're drunk, you know what they say? They start rambling on how they just want their girl. Bro, I've seen these guys. I've gone out many times over summer, this past summer. They come home, you guys start to have these talks, you guys start to have these chats, and all they do is they tell you how they don't even care about this stuff, man. They just want their girl and all this kind of stuff. Even players, bro. But our women of today, for the most part, has thrown love out the window. Bro, they really have. They've killed it. And, I don't really understand why. Why does it have to be this way? I really don't know. I couldn't tell you that. I couldn't tell you, how brainwashed they actually are. and why they think that's good. There's a lot of miserable women today, bro. Even some of these younger girls that are good looking, like even they could be happier. They're just staying single today, bro. They're staying single. They're having all these experiences. And there's no true men they're actually valuing. Even if they ghost you, bro, like they're talking to many other dudes, but they're not valuing these other dudes. They're devaluing every dude, including yourself. And it's just nothing to them. All women treat men like they're nothing. It don't matter how good you are. You could be in as high value as anything, tall, successful, good looking. You got it all together, bro. Like you're that dude. You as him. You will have women below you treat you like you're nothing. And it doesn't even, they don't care. They just don't care. So why should any of us men have a goal including these women today? I don't recommend it. I recommend having the mentality as a man of being open-minded and not closed off to a relationship with the right woman, but to have a goal in mind of, oh, I'm going to get my long-term girl, man. It's going to happen, man. Going to have a family, man. And all this kind of stuff, I just don't recommend it. At this point, bro, I don't recommend it. I recommend living for yourself, just like these women are doing. And in the end, things will align. Things have changed. Times have changed. We're not getting together anymore for the most part with women when we're young. Like, relationship-wise. Only sexual-wise. Women are wanting their fun. Women are not wanting love. Women are not wanting relationships. They're wanting their independence. They're wanting to sleep around and have all these experiences. They value everything else but us. They're not living for us. They will tell you that. They're not living for men no more. That's their mentality. That's what they think. They want to do it all themselves. And they're going to live so many years in their prime living that way, as if we don't matter. They're basically devaluing us. They have the complete wrong outlook on us. And it's sad, bro. To be honest, it is sad. Because most men, even players, bro, they just want love. They just want a family. They just want those things. And they can't understand why women are doing what they're doing, but I just explained it. They value attention. They value validation. They value their independence. They value their friends. They value their family. They value their probably cat or their dog or multiple cats and dogs. They value their school. They value their job. We are literally last. Every now and then, they hop on a dating app. They sleep with somebody new. Every now and then, they'll go out and about to these clubs. They'll sleep with somebody. They're not valuing anybody. They're not committing anymore. So how are we supposed to have a loving wife and a family and have a healthy family dynamic going with this that goes on today? How can we do that? It's tough. And it's damn near impossible. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do it. I really don't. It is not what it used to be, man. It's not what it used to be, and it'll never be that way ever again. So I just don't recommend. This isn't supposed to be a doomer video. Even though it comes off that way, like I want you guys to have the right mentality. Because it's going to serve you in life. It's not going to work in your disadvantage. You have to live for you, bro. As much as these women are living for them, you have to live for you. And if the stars align and you find the right one and you guys value each other and it's You guys have that dynamic. That's perfect. That's what everyone wants. But until then, the only thing you can do is live for yourself. There's nothing else to live for. So yeah, a lot of us are cooked. And one day we might not be. But until that day, we are cooked. I'll see you guys in the next. God willing, God bless, and we'll see y'all at the top. Regardless.